story of how you got into the situation I'm about to describe is a wild one, but we don't have time to get into it. Suffice to say, you're in the New England Aquarium fighting a small army of robot penguins controlled by a lady with goggles and a huge helmet. Who wants to go first?
I will toss an electric baseball right at the big penguin.
All right, go for it. Yeah, so you've got these large robotic penguins that are kind of marching towards you and honking, and you wind up and you hurl a magic baseball. So let's go ahead and roll to kick some butt. That's 2d6 plus weird.
Wouldn't I? Well, yeah, use magic. Okay.
Yeah, combat magic.
All right, cool. And I got 13.
All right, fantastic. So just quickly describe what it looks like when you cast a powerful offensive magic spell.
Great. I'm going to take a pitcher stance. I'm going to wind up the baseball arm, and I'm going to throw it just like I would through center field. As soon as I get the stance, electric sort of swarms my hands, and it forms a little electric ball, and that's what's catapulted from my hand.
Gotcha. And so the ball is a strike right down the middle of the plate, and by plate I mean right into the middle of a giant robotic penguin, and it dents its kind of chest armor, and there's this big burst of electricity, and the thing just starts honking and kind of falls over, and it can't right itself, which is a very interesting discovery. So it's now kind of on its back and trying to roll, and there are sparks shooting out of its seams. There are several other giant robot penguins in here, as well as behind them a woman standing on like one of the big fake rock outcroppings in the penguin habitat of the New England Aquarium, screaming various threats about how she's going to take over the world, and this is
perfect. She's monologuing. Okay. Zlobs, this is Zlobs' opportunity. Zlobs was behind an event waiting for the monologue to happen. Then Zlobs slowly pushes off the cover and goes to tackle her off the fake rock into the water.
I love it. So let's have you roll to kick some butt.
11, baby.
Oh, there it is. So, she's holding onto a rocky outcropping, and she's screaming, "No one understood me. No one understood my genius." And at that point, you kind of launch yourself, tackle her around the midsection, and she kind of tumbles butt over tea kettle into the water. She is very careful to try to angle her head up. She doesn't want her helmet hitting the water. But she had a number of different kind of things on her. She was wearing this like lab coat covered in circuits, and a bunch of those start shorting out. And one of the penguins that is, marching towards the cluster of Mindy, Darby, and Morgan, its head just explodes and it kind of topples over. Mindy or Darby, what do you want to do?
I'm going to jump in the water in the habitat where she is, and since all my wings are out because my armor's on, just start flapping them underneath the water really quickly to try to have the water cascade up out of the habitat onto all of the little penguins.
Oh, very brilliant. Yes, I love it. I'm going to say that is act under pressure, because that is very, very smart. I'm going to say that's going to be 2d6 plus cool. I will give you a +1 because I love that idea.
That's a 10.
Oh my goodness. Great rolls early. So you start kind of flapping your giant armored wings, the symbol of your office as a war angel, and water starts kind of spraying all over this woman's lab coat, shorting out more of the circuits. It starts spraying all over some of the nearest penguins. They're slipping and sliding, and a couple of them are overheating and heads exploding. There are still several more to deal with, but it looks like her army has been reduced in size very dramatically. Mindy, your turn.
Do we think that this person is like really evil? Like they really deserve it?
So that's up to you, I suppose. Let's have you. Let's have you read a bad situation. That's 2d6 plus sharp. And depending on what you get, you can expressly ask that.
Okay. 9.
Okay, so you can ask any question on the read a bad situation list, or you can make the determination as to what her motivations are and whether or not she's evil.
Okay. I'm just deciding whether I should break her brain or not.
Great question. So I suppose the question is, do you want her to be evil, or do you want her not to be evil?
Oh, I suppose it would be easier if she were just pure evil, but people rarely are.
So
I suppose my question is, what's the best way out?
The best way out would be to remove those goggles and helmet. That would kind of stop all of this. It's very clear that you're reading this in real time, and you're also opening up your mind and kind of plumbing her mind psychically. And essentially the helmet's a giant battery pack and the lab coat's a giant amplifier. And so she's almost using her brain waves to control this army of giant robot penguins.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Well, then, so that she doesn't expect anything, I'm just going to put that thought in Zlob's mind and let him know to take off the helmet and goggles.
Very fair. Zlobs, you hear actually, Mindy, what does it sound like to Zlobs or any of your teammates when you plant an idea in their head?
To Zlobs or to my teammates, when I plant an idea in their head, it sounds like my voice, but echoing inside like a huge cavernous cavern. So to Zlobs, it sounds like I'm saying, excuse me, Zlobs, when you have a moment, if you could take off her helmet and goggles, that will be the optimal way to get us out of this situation. And it sounds exactly like that, but with echoes and reverberation.
Okay, I'll break it.
Yep. So we'll cycle to the top of the lineup, because why the heck not? Morgan, you're up. So Zlobs, you are kind of preparing your grappling or approach for this. And Morgan, you and Darby and Mindy are now kind of back to back to back as a reduced but still imposing number of giant robot penguins are kind of bearing down on you and swinging with their tiny but very sharp robotic flippers at you. So, Morgan, you're up. What do you want to do?
I'm going to help. I'm going to try to help Zlobs out by distracting.
Gotcha. So, Morgan, you as a starting pitcher, you have a tremendous kinship with your catcher, who is Zlobs. And so, as you're kind of surveying the situation, you look at Mindy, and she has that look on her eyes where she's telepathically communicating. And then you look at Zlobs, and Zlobs has that look in his eyes where he's receiving information. And you're like, oh, he's getting ready to do something. And so you kind of prepare a distraction. What do you want this distraction to look like?
I want to monologue back.
A counter monologue.
Absolutely. So yes, Morgan, roll 2d6 plus your cool, and tell me what you get.
I got a 9.
Okay, sounds good. So, you begin monologuing, and the woman with the helmet kind of turns. And what is it exactly that you say?
I'm going to say, hey, listen, I admire your genius. We all did. But I need you to know that genius only matters if it's used for good.
And she, it resonates with her a little bit, and she starts saying, but the world needs to know of my. And at this point, Zlobs kind of dives in to do what he does. So Zlobs, how exactly do you want to like? What's your approach to wrestling this helmet off of her head?
Great. Well, we're in the water, and I don't want to be in the water anymore. So I pulled the emergency cord and pluck all the grenades off. And I put it below us, grab onto her, and let it blow us up onto the rock.
Sure. Using an underwater explosion as a catapult sounds great to me.
And like I'm angling to take the damage if like to I don't want to kill her.
Fair
Or
enough,
the other penguins. If they were in there, I'd be so mad at you.
There are actual other penguins in here, by the way. Just on the rocks, and they're looking and they're trying to figure out who to root for because there's a lot going on here.
I think other penguins, so I don't blame you.
Zlobs as a catcher, you're used to working with math and angles and arcs and movement, and you think you kind of timed it and figured it out just right. So I'm going to say 2d6 plus cool.
Oh, damn straight. 11.
All right, sounds good. So you pull the emergency line, which yanks all the pins off of the grenade on your bandolier. You drop it in the water. This woman looks down and screams, "You fool! Look what you did!"
Yeah, look what's going to happen next.
And at that point, you grab her. Big explosion. Your armor soaks a bunch, but not all of it. And you are kind of thrown bodily up into the rocks. And she kind of, the two of you kind of bounce amongst the rocks. And you notice that her, the strap keeping the helmet on has been kind of snapped and the helmet is twisting off. You're kind of wrestling with her now, Zlobs. But it might be up to Darby at this point to deliver the final blow.
Oh yeah. So I'm gonna run over, and I've got to pull out the flaming sword because I want these penguins to see it.
Gotta impress the penguins.
So yeah, this is you're winning the hearts and minds of these penguins with a show of holy force.
Yes.
You kind of sprint. The big armored wings are out. You kind of leap and glide through the air. You draw the flaming sword, and oh, that's weird. It's not flaming, but you bring it down on the helmet to try to knock it off. So I'm going to say kick some butt. 2d6 plus tough. I'm going to give you a -1 to this roll because it is very, very weird that your sword is not flaming.
Yeah, so that's going to be a 10.
Okay. The good news is you still accomplish this. So you kind of land. You use the non-flaming sword to kind of knock the helmet off. It goes tumbling through the air and lands on the ground. There's a big puff of black smoke and some sparks slowly seeping from it. All of the big robot penguins, the ones that were still left as they were fighting Mindy and Morgan, kind of peter out and topple over. And the mad scientist has and her army of penguins has been defeated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. I hate to ask, but did I see any secrets while I was digging around in her brain?
Yes, you did. Give me 2d6. You definitely will learn a secret. It just depends on how exciting or terrible it is.
Oh. A 6?
Okay. Well, not all secrets can be good secrets. This woman, this scientist, is an employee of Thaddeus Blatmasters, the scientist that you had a run-in with his daughter on the Cambridge Carnations a couple of weeks ago. So he is in he's not only the coach of the Cambridge Carnations, but a scientist. And it looks like this woman was an employee of his.
The Black Masters.
The Black Masters?
What was that, Mindy?
Oh, yes. She worked with Black Masters.
Wait, Coach Black Masters or Vespa?
Coach Black Masters. Thaddeus Black Masters. I've just realized that she worked for him.
But he's a scientist working for the betterment of people. I don't understand.
Yeah, so Morgan, this is kind of interesting. This has happened a couple of times since the day that everyone opened up the time capsule at the field. Ever since then, Zlobs, Darby, and Mindy have been acting strange. And yeah, like they are referencing things that you remember, but they're not super accurate. Thaddeus Blackmasters, to you, Morgan, works for the Blittle League Office of Spell Slinging and Eclipse Management. But they are referencing the fact that he also is evil or untrustworthy, and that's not, as a mage, you have a lot of familiarity with this Blittle League office, and you know him to be nothing but pleasant. He is, of course, the coach of a rival team, but he seems to be a good, upright guy.
Look,
you, Morgan, we've never had any run-ins with Thaddeus Blackmasters before.
Oh,
Blackmasters.
I mean, he was at my birthday party. Remember?
Oh, that's what I'm thinking of.
He wasn't at your birthday party. What? Ow! Why did you elbow me?
Zlobs, he was at the birthday party.
But he was. Oh.
Thaddeus Blackmasters was at Morgan's birthday party in this life that we've all lived together.
Yeah, that was a fun day that we all had.
Y'all are acting so weird.
Probably because we're hungry.
Yeah.
Hungry. Pizza?
Oh, I love pizza.
Yeah.
Pizza.
We all love pizza, and we always have, and we always will. That's something that will never change.
Oh, Mathers.
So you wait around all just long enough for the some Blittle League officials to come and put this mad scientist into custody.
They brought an umpire.
Serious.
Yeah, so walking forward in the black and white striped heavy battle armor of their office, an official Blittle League umpire strides in with a first base and a third base umpire, and they walk in with heavy equipment and kind of put these big heavy mitts over the scientist's arms, and the umpire looks at you, and it's this big encased helmet here, and she kind of opens it up, and there's big jets of steam shooting out. At ease, Blittle Leaguers, she says nobly.
Hello. Esteemed member of the league.
Thanks for helping out. We really appreciate it.
Oh, well, it looks like you did some of the hardest work here. Looks like from that uniforms that you're Somerville Sunflowers.
Yeah,
Yes.
we love baseball. Don't hurt us.
Well, you and me both. I'm Umpire Singh. I think I'm scheduled to umpire one of your games later this season.
Well, then you will see us later this season.
Yeah, I'll follow all the rules, I promise.
I know you will. I'm not legally allowed to wish you luck, as I must be impartial. But have a great game. And with that, she kind of bolts her helmet back on, and she and the first and third base umpires escort the scientist away. So, hey.
What's up, Zlobs? Why?
They're intimidating. How is that not intimidating?
It's fine. They're just people.
Their helmets make the psh noise.
I'll make the psh noise. Psh.
Don't do it so loud. Psh, 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 you, Morgan.
Yeah, so you all eventually make your way to a pizzeria of good repute near the aquarium, and you're splitting a pie. What's the topping?
Oh, black olives.
Black olives.
Yes.
And so you're all working through your first slice of pizza and recounting everything. The weird thing, Darby, is of course the fact that your flaming sword was not actually flaming. So you're a little more removed from the conversation than you would normally be.
And then I got scared at one point because I thought I was stuck in the vent, but then I wiggled through. I had to knife through some of the scaffolding, and then I was right underneath her. It was great. It was perfect positioning.
It was perfect positioning.
Mhm.
I could see you from below. Well, not with my eyes, but.
Oh, you were looking? Oh boy.
Can I see O'Darcy's sort of like lethargic?
Yeah, Darby, Morgan, your friend Darby very well, and she's one of those folks that gives space in a conversation. She's kind of like an observer of the human condition, but even by her standards, she's quiet.
Do you like the olive pizza, Darcy?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's great. It's great.
You look like you're munching onions over there.
I chew up the crust real good. That's all.
Okay. Anybody else?
I'm just a little out of it. That's it. That's all. I think my blood sugar probably went. I'm just waiting for it to.
You kicked butt back there, right?
Yeah.
Just like you always do.
Not just like it though.
Okay, we're a team, Darby. We won't keep secrets from each other.
Darby, do you want me to say it, or would it be most polite in this situation to let
I'll say
you? Okay.
I'll say, yeah. I guess Mindy's the only one who realized, maybe, but my sword. I pulled out my sword.
Yeah.
And it didn't work.
That wasn't by choice?
Mm-mm.
What do you mean it didn't work? It definitely knocked that helmet, right? Huh?
Well, yeah, but it was just like a piece of metal. It wasn't holy. It wasn't flaming, and the penguins didn't see, which really bummed me out. But also, I don't know why.
Perhaps it was because we were at the aquarium.
Mm-hmm.
So
like a water issue.
A lot of water.
But it didn't. Maybe, but it didn't. It didn't feel the same. Like it did feel like the same sword. It didn't feel like mine.
Well, you look like your angel wings armor worked pretty well.
Yeah, that's true. That was.
Make
that
him.
was fine.
Can you make him pop right here in this Sparrow?
No.
Why did we go to a Sparrow?
I could, but I'm not.
I wanted to. I'm sorry. Just do it.
We're right next to the north end. We went to a Sparrow.
Okay, I'm sorry that I really like the way their crust tastes. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Mindy, no, listen, Mindy. Darby's having a crisis here, and you're upset. You're still upset about the Sparrow, okay? And I'm really mad you didn't tell him about this earlier when I asked, hey, where do you want to go after we celebrate this victory? And you said, I don't care. And I said, how about Sparrow? And you were like, okay. And now,
Because I thought if we went to your favorite place of Sbarro's, then maybe we would get black olives, which we did, which for me is a fair trade. I prefer black olives. I know it's not your ultimate favorite, and I was willing to go to this place if it meant that I got my preferred topping. That seemed like a reasonable trade-off. Listen.
I'm sorry, Darby, that Mindy interrupted.
Well, I didn't.
Okay. I got to eat some more pizza.
Darby, would you like me to maybe take a look?
Like in my brain?
Can we all go?
I don't think so. But I can tell you what I find if you want me to dig around, but I won't do it
Does it
without
hurt?
asking.
Not that it makes a difference. I
don't think so. Zlobs, does it hurt?
What hurts?
Oh, never mind.
Yeah,
I don't
you can
know.
go. Maybe you'll find something that I can't find.
Yeah. So, you've now been given permission to kind of walk around the scene here in Darby's mind. So, let's 2d6 plus sharp to investigate a mystery. And Mindy, tell me what you get.
I did a bad job. Oh, that's a 6 total.
Okay. So you,
Oh,
no. You're trying to figure, it's like, okay, I need to look at this objectively. And you kind of go through your memory and Darby's memory of all of the times she has like drawn her flaming sword and used it to smite evil. And it's like, okay, she draws it and it kind of catches fire as it's like drawn forth, and it's always burning. As it burns in the wind, it burns when being sprayed with a fire hose. You learned that once. But the fact that it's out and you're like, what's different here? And you're kind of like cataloging all of the different memories that Darby has with the sword. And you're trying to figure out like, okay, what in this picture is different than the other pictures? And for the life of you, you can't find anything. Though after like a minute of looking, which feels for you like an hour, because time is weird when you're doing this. What is a memory, like a memory that you and Darby and the gang have where Darby was using her sword?
at Wegmans?
Yeah, so you're in your mind thinking about that fight at Wegmans against that hunger monster. And yeah, just like Darby had the sword and she was swinging it and it was big and epic. And in that memory, there is something unexpected. Another angel standing there and observing.
Just watching?
Yeah, probably like a little older than Darby. Wings, not the same color as Darby's, but they're like swept back. He's got like blonde hair, and he's just kind of observing. If you didn't know any better, it would almost be like he was a visitor in Darby's head, just like you were. And
try and talk to him?
Yeah, I need you to roll 2d6 plus tough, because trying to communicate to someone else through someone's mind is a little heavy.
Oh boy. Oh my god.
It's gonna break Darby's mind.
That is the third 6 I've rolled
Oh
tonight.
my god. You kind of like reach out with your mind and start to speak. And the very last thing you see before you black out is this angel make eye contact with you and start walking towards you. And then kind of the connection gets cut. You slump back in the Sbarro's booth.
Mindy, wake up. I toss a bunch of olives in her face. Wake up. Wake up.
Mathers, you okay?
She's out.
What'd you see, Mathers?
I dump a Sprite on her. Ah.
Thank you. That really cleared it up.
Oh, I'm very helpful. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome.
Okay. Oh, let me say a memory. We all remember the time when we were in Wegmans and we saw Nick Winkler and we saw a hunger monster.
What?
Yeah, and it ate me, and I exploded it from the inside. It was really fun.
Oh no.
Yeah, Morgan, you are pretty sure that fight happened at the Star Market on Beacon Street.
Yeah. Some of your details are confused, but I understand your jest.
Okay, Morgan, but you remember the fight.
I remember a fight against a hunger monster.
Yeah, when we were saving Nick Winkler.
Yes.
And I
Morgan.
jumped off the tentacle.
That was so cool.
I believe it was Glade Moon at the Star Market, but anyway.
Glade Moon. Okay.
You met Glade Moon?
You met him too. Come on.
Tell me who was there with us. It was me and you and Zlobs and Darby, and Glade Moon was there?
Yeah.
And the monster.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
My dad and a few other people.
Excuse me?
Strangers.
Excuse me? Your dad?
Yeah, my dad. I don't know who Ryan is.
Dad?
Yeah.
Yeah, Morgan, what's your dad's name?
Charlie.
So, the plan for the evening was that you would all be sleeping over Morgan's house. So, as you are all talking about this at the table, the door to the Sparrows opens up, and Morgan, in walks your dad, Charlie.
Oh, hey, Dad. I'm gonna rush over and give him a big hug.
Oh, hey, sweetie. Hey, everybody. I hope you're all excited for a sleepover.
Why does everybody look like somebody died?
Mr. Woodstock.
Did you?
Hey, Mindy.
Did you get a haircut?
I did a couple of days ago with my wife, Morgan's mom, who is currently making Rice Krispie treats at the house. She got me a pair of clippers that have a little vacuum in it, so it sucks up the hair. And yeah, this is a Charlie Woodstock special right here.
Never cut my hair, Dad.
You got it, boss.
It's a really good haircut, Mr. Woodstock.
Rice Krispies are a great treat.
All right, well let's get all in the car.
It's really good to see you.
Wow, this is a Ruby sedan.
Come on. Do y'all not want to stay over? Y'all seem very so weird.
No, we do.
I need a Rice Krispie treat and a Bart Trooper stat.
We always sleep over with you, your mother, and your father. Charlie Woodstock, the living man.
Yes.
And here we go.
Yeah, and so you all get into the car and drive to Morgan's house, and Darby and Zlobs and Mindy, you've been to Morgan's house in your, let's call it your original timeline.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, you're very familiar with Morgan's house, and you're familiar with all of the pictures of her and her dad, but there are like three on the mantle of them, and like the most recent one was from a little while ago. But in this reality, there are like five. Like there are like two more. Like it's like the timeline for Charlie Woodstock didn't stop, and so there's more there. You over the course of the car ride, even throughout this, which you're trying to deal with, you do ultimately make the determination, after forcing yourself to talk about it, that there was not, in fact, an angel witnessing that fight at the Wegmans or Star Market, your choice, depending on the timeline. So you like confirm that, and you're like, okay, well, that's super interesting. But you can't really move the ball any further because you are dealing with the profound weirdness of Charlie Woodstock being alive and happy and currently laying out sleeping bags in the finished basement.
What if he's an angel? What if he's a ghost? What if he's a vampire? What if he's a zombie? What if he's like a graduate student? What if he's
well, I don't. He may or may not be a graduate student or a vampire. I could see either of those, but he was not the angel that I saw.
What did they look like?
Blonde hair that was kind of short and like windswept, and his wings weren't white like yours. They were black, like a sparrow, or like a crow, or like a raven.
What color were his eyes?
His eyes were black, no color, but they kind of flashed when he came towards me, like light.
I think I know who it was.
Is it Ryan?
Oh.
Who is Ryan?
Oh, sorry. I mean, no one. Who was it?
I think it maybe was my brother.
You have a brother?
I didn't know you had a brother.
Had a brother. Well, had/have. I don't have a brother here. But I have a brother that ain't.
Can your brother visit your mind?
No. Well,
or your memories?
Not that I know of.
Well, he was in there and he saw me in there. He pushed me out.
Was he in the memory or was he at the Wegmans?
No, I don't think so. It was right on the line. But you know how when you're looking in somebody's mind, it looks like you see the memory, but then the memory is kind of fading into view from this huge kind of like black space, like just a huge empty space that you could never see the end of, and then in the middle of it is kind of the memory and it sort of fades. Do you all know what I'm talking about?
No.
Okay. Well, it's like that. And your brother, if that's who it was not inside the memory. I don't think. I think he was standing kind of in space with me, but it's like he was getting closer and closer. Does that make sense? Is that weird?
It's weird.
Hey, Darby.
Yeah.
Do you have your pocket dimension with you?
I always have my pocket dimension with me.
Can you open it up for a second? Can you put it on the floor?
No.
Don't
Please.
get inside, Zlobs.
What are you trying to do?
I just open it up, please.
He told me he wanted to try going inside it.
Shush! It was part of his secret. It was gonna be really cool.
I can't put you inside it unless I take the bat out, and I'm not taking the bat out.
But we'll all jump in. Open it up.
I could just keep you in there, right? You can't decide whether you want to come out.
Okay. Just put it on the ground.
Okay. I'm going to put Zlobs in my pocket dimension because he's annoying me.
Yep, Zlobs, you the pocket dimension, which for you this is a piece of holy technology. It's a relic that is timeless and brilliant. To you, it kind of manifests when you look at it, Zlobs, like it's an equipment bag. Mm-hmm. In actuality, it's far more complex and beautiful, but like the human mind can literally not comprehend the architecture of this angelic craft. So you jump into an equipment bag, and what's it like in a pocket dimension?
Oh, yeah. It feels like eggshells everywhere.
It's very eggshelly in a way that is unnerving.
It's like everywhere I move, there's a crunch, and I feel like I have to be careful. But no matter how careful I am, there's just crunches everywhere. It's a bad idea.
Louder the crunching is. But yeah, so you're playing around in there, and everyone else is sitting. Charlie Woodstock heads down the stairs and kind of does that parent checking in on a sleepover thing, where he kind of like pokes his head down the stairwell and says, "How's everybody doing?"
Hey,
Hi.
Dad.
Hey.
Hey.
Good.
I stick out a thumb in the bag.
Oh,
Zlobs.
pocket dimension.
Yeah.
Zlobs will be Zlobs.
We should get that on a T-shirt.
Hey, is there another batch of Rice Krispies coming soon?
Hold on, I have a magic trick for you. And he takes a couple steps down the stairs and starts kind of like doing magic fingers. And he looks at you, Morgan. Am I doing it right? Am I doing it? You have to tell me if I'm doing it right.
You're doing great, Dad.
And a tray of Rice Krispies looks like it's starting to float down the stairs, but it is, in fact, Morgan, your mom, kind of slowly floating them down, saying, "Ooh."
I peek into the pocket dimension and tell Zlobs that we're gonna eat all of them before I let you out.
Eat what?
There are more Rice Krispies.
Let me out! Let me out!
All right. Well, I just wanted to check in one more time before I turn in. But I tell you, it's so good having you all here.
Yeah,
It's
I
so
love you,
good
Dad.
having
I love you too, boss.
you here.
It's good to have you. Yep.
Great being here. Okay, bye everybody. Good night. I'll see you in the morning. And he and Charlie and his Morgan. What's your mom's name?
Carol.
Charlie and Carol trundle up the stairs.
Oh, as a couple.
As a
They
couple.
trundle.
They
They trundle together.
trundle together.
Trouble in happy matrimony.
Why are
Living
you
matrimony.
crying,
Because I'm stuck in a pocket dimension.
Darcy?
I don't want to let him out, but
So eventually, after an appropriate amount of time, Zlobs is let out of the pocket dimension and given
That's good.
the remainder of the Rice Krispie treats. And, you're all kind of up and chatting. And like most 10-year-olds trying to stay on task, you do drift to other conversations. And and, all of you are getting, you're starting to like, you still want to stay up and chat, but you're also clearly getting sleepy. And so like, you're starting to drift off.
I'm just gonna immediately fall asleep.
Yeah, Morgan, you pass right the heck out. You love sleeping in the basement.
I'm not done talking about Jacob Haynes yet.
hey, Mindy,
Yeah.
can you take me into my own mind? Just a question.
Maybe. I can't take somebody else, but if it's your own mind, maybe it's not dangerous.
Yeah, this is almost like you're hypnotizing someone using powerful psychic energy. That's the best way you can kind of conceptualize what Darby's asking you to do.
Uh-huh.
Darby
Darby wants to kind of like turn in.
Yeah. That's the precise way to describe it. 2d6 plus weird.
Well, we already put Zlobs in a pocket dimension tonight, so I don't suppose this could be any more dangerous than that. I thought he was going to get turned inside out and his guts would all get sucked out his butt, but nothing bad happened. So let's try.
It's pretty cozy in there, I think.
Mindy.
We're kidding. Okay. Plus weird. It's a 7 total.
Okay. So you get a choice.
Okay.
It's all of you or none of you.
All of you or none of you?
In Darby's mind.
Me? Or
It's-
Darby?
Oh, like all of us?
Like, yeah.
Oh no.
Like you were trying to essentially guide Darby into this contemplative state where she can really relive her memories.
Mhm.
And you're trying to do that, and you're pulling a lot of like magical energy, like not magic, but like you're really reaching out with your kind of psychic tendrils, and
Mhm.
it kind of grabs Zlobs and Morgan too. So you can cut this right now and take a little bit of harm, or everyone's going for a ride.
This is important, Darby. You think?
If I can see who that angel is, maybe that feels like the key to figuring out what's going wrong.
Okay. Well, I guess this is what slumber parties are for. So I pull everybody in.
Sure. What is a nice place that you like to be? Darby.
Me?
It's your mind.
I like to be I like to be at the field.
You are all on Longstalk Field, all in the infield, the four of you. Zlobs, Morgan, you are not sure whether or not you're dreaming until you realize that Mindy and Darby are talking,
Okay.
and you're somewhere, and you're in a field. You're in Longstalk.
There have to be some rules to this, some guidelines.
Yeah.
Zlobs, wake up.
I'm late to practice. Oh no! Where's my? I put on my catcher gear.
Yeah.
So, Darby, keep us here. So I can try to keep everybody here together as much as possible, but it's your mind we're inside of, so it's up to you to keep it stable. So hold on, please.
What? We're in Darcy's mind?
So you have to keep us here on Longstalk Field, and if we go to a memory, we have to we have to physically go there. Like we have to like walk or take a car or something. We
I
can't.
run off.
No big time jumps. No.
Cool.
Put me in a pocket dimension, will you?
All right, Darby. 2d6 plus cool, please.
Okay, you have to stay calm.
4!
Zlobs, you run out of ground to run on.
No.
You are
Grab me.
Mindy, like you realize that he's going, and Darby's mind is free associating to the worst place for a mortal child to go, which is of course heaven. And Darby's mind starts going there, and so Mindy, you grab Morgan, and all of you kind of follow, and you are in a white, sweet-smelling, cloudy place. Darby, yeah. Zlobs, Mindy, and Morgan, mercifully, your mind cannot conceive of the holy architecture of heaven. If you tried to focus on it, you would likely lose your minds. But to all of you, you are in like a nice white fog. It smells faintly of Rice Krispie treats, and you're feeling generally very good about yourself. But Mindy, you are abstractly aware that if Zlobs or Morgan starts thinking too hard, they're going to die. So Darby, yes, You are in your memory of heaven, where you are from. You see the great impossible spires that stretch infinitely upward and downward. You hear the choir singing the timeless truth. All of this is here, and it's filling you like only a dream can, with the certainty of your existence in this place.
I eat a cloud bit.
It's outstanding. That's the best thing you've ever tasted. In fact, the more you eat it, the more you grow angry at all other food.
Morgan, you gotta have some of this.
Did we ascend? Is this what ascending is?
No.
Oh.
Well, it was better than ascending, I guess, then. Morgan, help me eat this cloud.
Don't eat too much of it.
There is a figure in the distance, a small specific figure against the blur of the infinite. Black wings, blonde hair, black eyes, walking towards you.
That's him, Darby. That's the
That's who is in my mind.
memory. Yeah.
I start walking toward him.
Okay, we all walk together.
Yeah.
Everybody trundle slowly.
As a team?
Yes.
As a team.
Stay
My
as
brain.
close as possible to Darby, and don't think too hard about anything, and
I don't have that problem.
keep me awake.
What happens if you fall asleep?
Don't think about it.
Okay. That's easy.
Darby, you walk and you and the angel stop about 10. Well, the concept of space up here is a little strange, but you stop just far enough apart as is appropriate, and your brother looks at you and says, "You can hear me, right?"
Yes. I can hear you. Are you really here, or are you a memory?
No, I'm here. It was hard to get to you. I thought you were in another time, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
Wait a minute. Wait.
Yeah.
3 of you are not in the right place. 1 of you is.
Morgan? This one?
That one.
What?
It's supposed to be a secret. Excuse me. It's supposed to be a secret.
Don't think about it, Zlobs.
Y'all are holding secrets?
Well, Morgan, we'll talk about it later, I promise, but just don't think about it right now.
Ugh.
Think about Frog and Toad are friends.
Okay. Frog and Toad.
Remember it from the beginning. Recite it to yourself.
Frog and Toad are friends.
Frog and Toad are friends.
Frog and Toad are friends.
So you're only on this timeline.
Well, sort of. In your timeline, you were the one that got kicked out. In this timeline, I was.
What?
Frog and Toad are friends.
Frog and Toad are friends.
But I found a way for both of us to go back. We just need something.
What is it?
Well, that's a good question.
I offer a grenade.
No.
It's a universal solving tool.
I want one of you to name a place right now. Don't overthink it. Just name a place.
Burger City.
Burger City. I want one of you to name a color.
Purple.
I want one of you to name an object that is valuable.
Pencil. Oh. Gold. Pencil.
And I want one of you to name a terror.
The terror that you'll never live up to your parents' expectations.
You monster.
Oh boy, I come from a very dramatic childhood.
Your brother says, deep beneath the restaurant called Burger City is the purple gold pencil of undoing. Its tip can rewrite any declaration. It can shatter any contract, even between this world and that one. We must defeat something enormous and crushing to get it. But if so, I can use it to reinstate myself as an angel of heaven, and you can use it to reinstate yourself as an angel of heaven. And if you want, you can use it to all return to your original timeline. Yes.
Where's this timeline's Zlobs, Mindy, and Darby?
What?
Some bloodshot trickling down from my nose.
No.
Probably not the.
Remember when the Toad got the big chocolate ice cream and it started melting while he was riding the bike?
Oh, what a harrowing ride home.
Yeah.
Toad
You can tell me, just Zlobs, Morgan, don't listen. Try not to just do that.
The three of you from this timeline is in your timeline.
Oh, that makes sense, actually. That's pretty straightforward. Some more blood starts pouring out of my eyes.
Yeah, Zlobs, the more you think, the more you want to think about it, and that is a dark spiral to go down.
Zlobs, remember when Frog and Toad were waiting for the letter and the snail was going to bring it in the little
yeah,
mail?
And they call it snail mail.
Where are you when you're not in my mind? Can I find you outside of here?
Yes. Meet me at Burger City.
Okay.
And you all wake up in your sleeping bags. And it looks like you all need to go to Burger City and have a very important conversation with Morgan along the way. We see as if through a fogged up window the front of the mayor's house in Somerville.
Mayor Mathers.
And we see a small fist banging against the door. And we hear a voice from the other side. For the last time, the mayor does not have children, and if you keep knocking, we are going to say that the police are going to show. So please get off the mayoral grounds. And we see Mindy and Zlobs and Darby kind of walking back down to the sidewalk with Mindy saying, well, I don't understand. This is my house. Mayor Mathers is my mayor and dad and Mathers. I need to talk to my Nana.